Then there was Dad. He'd been subjected to the removal, which meant he was even more powerless than I was now. At least I still had my magic, useless as it was. Dad's powers were gone forever. The last time I'd seen him, he'd been lying in a cell, pale and unconscious, covered in dark purple tattoos from the removal. Archer had been with him, and as far as I knew, they had both still been locked in that cell when Thorn Abbey was attacked. Still been trapped there when the council used Daisy, another demon, to set Thorn Abbey on fire. Cal had gone into the burning mansion to save them, but not before telling me to take the Itinerist to find my mom, who was, for some reason, with Ashlyn Brannick, leader of a group of monster hunters. And since the Brannicks saw me as one of those monsters, I couldn't figure out why Mom would be with them. That's how I ended up lying flat on my back, Archer's sword still clutched in my hand, my head aching. Maybe I could just lie here and wait for Mom to find me. That would be convenient. I sighed as the wind rustled the leaves overhead. Yep, that was a solid plan. Lie here on the ground and wait for someone to come to me. A bright light suddenly seared against my closed eyelids, and I winced, raising my hand to ward off whatever it was. When I opened my eyes, I honestly expected to see one of the Brannicks standing there, maybe with a torch or a flashlight. What I wasn't expecting was a ghost. The ghost of Elodie Paris, to be exact, standing at my feet, glaring down at me, arms crossed. She was glowing so brightly that I squinted as I sat up. Elodie had been murdered by my great-grandmother nearly a year ago. Long story. And thanks to a little shared magic between us, before she died, her ghost was now tied to me. Oh, wow, I croaked. I was just lying here thinking this night could not get any worse. And then it totally did. Huh. Elodie rolled her eyes, and for just a second I thought her glow got a little brighter. She moved her mouth, but no sounds came out. One of the drawbacks of being a ghost. She couldn't talk. From her expression and the little bit of lip reading I could do, I thought that was probably a good thing. Okay, I said. Now is not the time for snarking. Using Archer's sword as a crutch, I managed to get to my feet. There was no moon out, but thanks to Elodie's luminescence I could see, well, trees. Lots of them, and not much else. Any idea where we are? I asked her. She shrugged and mouthed, forest. You think? Okay, so the whole no more snark thing wasn't off to a great start. I sighed and looked around. It's still night, so we must be in the same time zone. That means we couldn't have gone too far, but it's hot. Like, way hotter than it was at Thorn. Elodie's mouth moved, and it took the two of us several tries before I could decipher what she was saying. Finally, I worked out that it was, where were you trying to go? The Brannicks, I told her. At that, Elodie's eyes went wide, and her lips started flying again, undoubtedly telling me what a freaking idiot I was. I know, I said, holding up a hand to cut off her silent rant. Scary Irish monster hunters, maybe not the best plan, but Cal said my mom was with them. And no, I said, as her ghostly mouth opened up yet again. I don't know why. What I do know is that apparently the Itinerist sucks because the only scary redhead I see around here is you. Sighing, I rubbed my free hand over my eyes. So now we just... A howl split the air. I gulped, and my fingers tightened on the sword's hilt. Now we just hope that whatever that is, it doesn't come this way. I finished weakly. Another howl. This one closer. In the distance, I could hear something crashing through the underbrush. For a second, I thought about running, but my knees were so rubbery that just standing was a